Hello, hello, hello. This is Nadine, and I'm here with Don Stevens, and you are in for a special treat. We do this all the time. It's about how to make something from nothing, but it's going to be interesting today. You're watching Let's
Everybody
Paint and Draw Along. Don's here.
together, every ready?
I'm,
Let's
I'm,
go. I got my coffee. Everything's ready to go. So let's see if you're very low right now. We're just gonna deal with the whole idea of
get your
how
paper,
do
get your
you
sharp.
uplift? Excuse me?
I don't know. Sometimes I would think if you buy somebody flowers, you can uplift people with buying flowers. But how do you do that with art?
Did that work for you?
Uh, yes, it did work. Yes, went out
So
and bought,
buying flowers help too.
yeah, help make someone else feel happy. Like we're
Oh,
talking.
you talking about universal. Oh, okay. That's what you're talking about?
Yeah, but no, actually, because I was trying to, uh, you know, uh, be good company and supportive of a friend of mine going through some things, and flowers works for her. Buying flowers.
Did flowers don't do that.
They do. No.
Yeah. We're going to stay with universally speaking. You're saying purchasing of flowers helps human beings in all situations. Yes,
Yes.
I'll stay there.
Okay.
Okay.
But what if you
Sounds
want to?
good.
Yeah. Go
Sounds
ahead.
good. Does
Yeah.
it sound?
It sounds good, but flowers only last but so long, right?
If I bought you flowers right now and had them shipped to you right now by Uber, you would feel great.
I would. I
Thank
can't.
you. Let's stay with the universal then. The universal with flowers as a gift to somebody, sure, it's an uplifter.
Yes.
For instance, if we're doing what we're about to do,
Hmm.
make a character that makes your angers. Like, what does that character look like? Let's make it like a potato head first, with a fat, nasty body. Because anger sometimes is gluttonous. It wants everything. So make it like really have kinkles. You know what kinkles are, right, Nadine?
No.
You don't know what kinkles are?
Uh, maybe. Pencils?
Come on, think about it. Kinkles. You're gonna put some tidy whities on this guy?
Um,
Come on.
oh,
He's butt naked, looking in the mirror. How
oh,
vulnerable can you be?
oh.
Yeah, Kinkles is what?
It's the stuff that don't look good.
Huh?
It doesn't look good.
What do you mean it doesn't look good? We describe what anger could be as a
Uh,
metaphor. Anger is
yeah.
gluttonous, isn't that one of the seven deadly sins?
Yeah. But see, mine,
Yeah,
like,
along with, right?
yeah, but
So then what does that look like?
yeah. Well, it depends.
Overabundance, overindulgence, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? What
Hmm.
does overindulgence look like? If it
Mm.
was like in the mirror, angry.
Angry. Yeah.
You see, so wouldn't you draw a circle like something like that on your page? Like, didn't you get a circle, something like that when I said to you, let's draw gluttony or the aspects of anger or what that looks like? Because doesn't anger swell you up too?
Yeah, but I mean, I guess those are smooth lines. I was expecting like jaggedy lines of something, for anger.
Heavy lines should be on the surface of the human being.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like your eyebrows, or you could frown or something like.
Wouldn't that be more so like pimples then? Because you can't really control what's going on. You can only add to it. So the idea would be if you really wanted to go there, a lot of times when you have this type of situation, you have what you call pimples all over your body, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but that's
Yeah, so then
not pretty either.
why not put half C's there to represent what?
Uh,
varicose veins, pimples, pimples from sugar, all the negative things. See, this thing is absorbing all the negative things.
it
You see?
is. It is definitely.
If you didn't know what kinkles were, kinkles is the swelling of the body, and that's what the social name is given to it. When you see somebody with their lower extremities are real heavy, a lot of
Yeah.
times it could be anemia, or it could be because you have tired feet, or
Yeah.
it's because you're taking poor usage of your body. However, which way
Yeah.
you look at it, we're saying it as a metaphor for anger,
Hmm.
disgust. You know, the toes will look like what? Sausages to me. I don't know.
How you go to food?
Why would your character take on this idea? What's your character looking like now? Or did
I
you make
know.
yours real?
I don't know. I'm having trouble with this one.
Yeah. Or you putting up a stance just to put up a stance, or you just can't get that circle down? Just put a circle.
Okay, I'll put a circle down.
Get a circle. It doesn't have to be particular to anything. We get a circle down.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be particular to minds. Perfection is a lie. Repetition is the truth.
I know.
Why not have an experience where you're the idiot in a situation? Why not have a situation where you can laugh at your own idiosyncratic ways? You know what I mean? Come on. Why not?
I,
Why not laugh at some of your less than? You know what I
I
mean?
know, but I guess
Why
I'm
do
just having an emotional moment about drawing an obese person. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, it's just me.
so did that prevent you from putting the circle down, though? Does it
Mm,
hurt that bad that you can't put a circle
I
down?
just feel bad.
Yeah,
No,
did you
it
put the,
didn't.
can you show me
No.
the circle?
Can I show you the circle? Okay, okay.
Is there a circle there at least to show this idea? Yeah, you see, so what's the problem? It's there.
I'm still feeling bad.
Why? Do you know this circle? Is that
No,
circle you?
no, but
Is it a glimpse of you? I don't know.
yeah,
Why are you so concerned about making a circle? It's two-dimensional. It's on the page. It's not a real person. Why are you taking it real then?
I don't know.
You see the problems that's coming in to try to prevent you from having a journey in creativity? Why would you
I,
let that do that? Oh,
I
let's
don't
go.
know. I never said I was perfect because
Like now the
perfection
breast.
is a lie.
Now here's the breast now. Keep the
Okay.
sternum there, and you would do the breast. Even males. And then now the nipple or the areola.
Mhm.
Yeah. You can give them the stomach that looks like it's not really there, you see?
Hmm.
Just by putting outside lines and then put his belly button. What do you want, an innie or an outie?
Ah, and any to save the world.
Yeah. Do them just like a Mr. Potato Head. Do the
Mm.
instep of the arch, do the roundness of the ankles, because ankles, all your whole foot is swollen. Then think about it,
Yeah,
everybody.
that's really pretty
You have
bad.
tired feet syndrome, placiatic syndrome, turf toe,
Mm.
all that good stuff. Your feet swell like this and take on a
Yeah.
lot. You know what I mean? So a lot of times when I do this with people that's in the therapeutic arena, I'll do a big old fat, ugly looking foot and say, man, is that your foot? It is. Let's point out everything that could be problematic on that foot. So in
Mm.
this situation, all we're doing, Nadine, and everybody out there that's going to try to do this, is how do you truly take your psychiatric situations and imbalances and put it into a character that you can deal with, look at, see,
Mm.
participate with, or make an image where it's total buffoonery to make you laugh at your childish side, to make you look at yourself and say, you know what? Hey, man, everything is creative. It's not like I'm paying my rent with this. I'm just having a moment, you know? Now, if I was going to say, give you $100 for this drawing, your face would be totally different about doing this drawing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
know.
If I was to give you 15,000 or 1,500,
Hmm.
you wouldn't change your mind state about doing this drawing?
I don't know.
Or because of your teaching and your status as being retired, you would say, nah, that's beneath me. I can't do.
No, It's not
Listen,
about being beneath. I guess it's
I'm looking
about,
at it like it's a fat person rather than looking at it as a creative moment to expel things that mentally bothering me. Yeah.
yeah, it does mentally. You know what? You're right. It does mentally bother me when I see people who, may have a physical condition like that.
Well, why? Why? Why
I don't,
us drawing this person where we got it at now? No face on it to really describe an emotion. Just showing the stomach and the waistline wider than the shoulders. See how that's speaking to you?
yeah, it's speaking to me and I feel bad.
Why though? Why? Why would that speak to you like that? Why would lines, shapes,
Mhm,
and forms or the perception of form? We didn't do
mhm.
light and surface, but we did some pimples, so we got surface, we skipped
We
over
do
light.
have some pimple action going on. Yeah.
Yeah, that impress your mind to make you feel that.
I don't know, history. I don't know.
You ever
It's,
hang up with heavy people, because that could be a
I just,
person that's just fat.
yeah,
We turn
no, I
fat like a
think,
piece. So we just assuming or we're
right.
putting the perception on him that he has girth.
Mhm.
Look, why does that bother you?
Well, I know, I guess I feel the discomfort or I feel, um, I don't know, when I see anybody has difficulty walking, you
But
know,
how do we know this person has difficulty walking? That didn't come in there. That's you bringing it to this journey now. So then
yeah,
why
that's
wouldn't
true.
you let him walk? Because he has a situation that may appear
Yeah,
that he has got, or he's
yeah.
holding on to water,
Mhm.
but he may not. You have people with girth like this that play on the NFL.
Yeah,
You have women that throw the shot put now, and women wrestlers that are shaped like this now.
yeah.
So then, how come? Come on now.
I think I'm
We
programmed
got
in a
look
very
like
bad way. I mean, because literally, I was just like, oh man, I feel so bad just thinking about,
right. That's the purpose of this piece to put all the bad in it.
mhm,
All of the bad. Every last bit of it.
yeah,
Yeah. So you can look at it and say, okay, this ain't me. So this is outside of me. So I hope I do see somebody like this. How would I be able to assist?
mhm.
Or is this even a real person? This is a hypothetical person based upon emotional status.
That's true.
So then you see how we went almost too far to the left because you're putting the reality on the person rather
I
than seeing it
did.
as a metaphor for your psychological disposition. You
I'm
see?
sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I've got issues.
We can show you how this would help in your current situation.
I know.
So now, let's get a real emotion on this person.
Yeah.
You know, how would the face look?
Mhm.
Mhm. Yeah, I'll start off with two simple circles because that makes it easy.
Okay. Two simple circles. Here we go, y'all. Don't leave me. Stay with me on this journey. I need you.
Circle here for the pupil. Now we can do a button nose if you want, because what does somebody look like when their nose is, their whole body is swollen? Mhm. Would they have extra bags under the eyes? Where would their eyelids be? The eyelids show emotion.
Yeah.
So what emotion are we going to show? Think about it. What emotion are we going to show, Nadine?
A
With the
big,
eyelids. Because the eyelid is way above the pupil. That's going to
yeah.
mean something or so excitable, wouldn't you say? Now, if something on
Yeah.
the pupil, half of the pupil, could that mean sadness? Could that mean dismay?
That
Same thing is
could.
going to the eyebrows. We have to consider the eyebrows and what the emotion is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
The eyes is the window to your soul. So what are your eyes are going to be like if you're in a confused state, angry, and showing this person is showing those dispositions, of indifference,
Yeah.
incidents, all this good stuff. What would this look like as a person?
Yeah. I think you should be happy.
No, we didn't start off with a happy intention. You're not just going to jump off because you're feeling some type of way. You're supposed to feel some type of way. That's what you
Yeah.
bring to.
I don't know. So, what are we going
That's
to
what
do with
makes
his
it.
eyebrows? Are we going to have him be surprised?
Yeah, but a lot of times, see, when people do that, they're trying to quit on you. And I'm not about quitting, you
I
know?
know you're not a quitter.
Me and we both have to go forward, and everybody that's listening to the video, when you look at it too as well, and you may not want to do a silly fat character, you might not want to call it fat because for whatever reason in your condition in your journey is.
Fat
But
shaming.
that's you saying that. I
But the
said,
world is about fat shaming.
well, that's you bringing that to the situation now based upon the drawing.
Okay.
That's what lines and shapes do to you in form.
Mm. Yeah, they make you
So
feel
like,
things. I'm feeling,
yeah,
I'm feeling some kind of
because
way, Don.
whatever your condition is or your conflicts are with, how would you say the idea of obesity
I
is
do
your
have
own,
that. Yeah. Mhm.
because once again, this is a metaphor for, I said, gluttony, maybe some of the seven deadly
Yeah.
sins, the
Mhm.
discomforts, psychological discomforts. What would
Mhm.
that look like? And we
Mhm.
said that, you didn't interject when I said use the big circle. You only started to interject when I said cankles.
Yeah, then I was like, oh,
Right, because you see the severity of what we're trying to say. This character has to look. This character has to embody all your indifferences, psychologically speaking. That means everything from slight anger all the way through to being furious and asinine. These are not happy looking people or happy
no,
looking things
no,
when they occur. So then,
no.
can we get you to really see that? Where would the eyelids be? You see, because the eyelids and the eyes, the whole facial package tells you the disposition of the human form or the
Right.
thought or the emotion.
Yeah.
But where would those eyelids be to give off that particular emotion that you're talking about? Because it has to be in conjunction with the eyebrows. So if you're saying a happy type of thing or something close to being a happy type of thing, I would make them curve and be like so. So where they're caught between a state of being sad, and then now I'll put the eyebrows closer to the eyelid and off to the side. See that?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
So now it's caught in between two states. It's up
Hmm.
to the individual to say what that is.
Hmm.
Because it's not all the way up saying, oh, I'm excited and I'm, ecstatic. Yeah. My
Hmm.
eyes is over that, but I'm saying, oh my God, why are they looking at me? What do they want? Why is the neighbor up still walking around upstairs? Can't stand this person. He's always running his machine. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You see? No
Yeah.
concern. See
Mhm.
how that person is going to take on that persona that I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's what this is about. See how you're laughing at it now? Even though you're indifferent with the whole idea of somebody being what we call obese, you still are having a delightful journey in this understanding of what this could be. Because now you see the power of lines and shapes and forms. Because you went straight to the whole thing of, you know what I mean? Oh, I can't raise obese. They can't walk. But who said they couldn't walk? You know what I mean? I gave you a couple examples of people that look like this when you see them, Sasquatchian, you know what I mean? Mountain-like looking people. I've seen
Yeah.
them. Shaq is When Shaq don't work out, he gets up to about 400 or 500 pounds.
It's deep. Yeah. Yeah. Because it's muscle turns to fat, a lot of it.
Not that the muscle turns the fat surrounds the muscle.
Mm-hmm.
It's in and behind it and around it. You see, you can check it on Google, everybody. Does the
Mm-hmm.
fat, how would you say, separate the muscle or dances in and around and in between the muscle? Because that's what visceral fat does.
Mm-hmm.
If you look into that term, everybody, these are all negatives. You know what I mean? And we started off by saying, see how we segue into the realities of the human body,
Yeah, that
rather
was
than
quick.
staying with and satire and metaphor.
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, we still understanding the idea of what does these negatives look like compound.
Mm-hmm.
Got the face in there, G. Where would their ears be? Would they have small ears, big ears? I don't know. My character will have big ears. Why? Because he's trying to listen to everything so he can have a messed up response. That's what people do, right?
Yeah, that's true.
They're gossipers, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Ears are big, so I can hear everything, not for good reasoning, because I want to be able to be the beholder of information. I want to be able to say these things and know what to say to somebody, right away. They would say, sometimes they would say that's a bad thing. How do you know what to say in every situation? Who do you think you are? I heard you the other day say this to that person. Who do you think you are? You know what I mean?
mhm.
Big old ears or something, man. Let me zoom in there a little bit. I don't think I'm close enough. I'm gonna try to zoom that in. Come on. See, now my screen don't want to do it for some reason. So bunk it. We'll just move it forward this way, like that, so you really can see it. Sometimes it works, sometimes. There it is. Maybe my screen is
Yeah,
dirty.
that's good.
Yeah, that's the way it should be done, so you can really see it. I was too far away. Now you really can see. He's got big ears. We ain't got no lips on that guy. He's got kinkles on him.
Is
It's
he
looking
gonna
bad.
is he gonna have teeth?
I don't know. What does
Okay.
your discrepancies look like? What do your mental indifferences look like?
Yeah, yeah,
You know? I mean, you agreed in the beginning that, yeah, it can take on the persona of a heavy person.
yeah,
Just remember, you're the one that brung out the things of it being, the way that you were saying, oh
yeah.
man,
I know. I'm
beast.
I'm not
But then
right, y'all.
remember, we gave references to football players,
Yeah,
wrestlers, some police officers. Haven't seen too many firemen looking like that.
no,
Not listening to the captains and the higher up rankings about to retire.
right.
Please forgive me. Don't think that I'm saying that about everybody. So, but nah, maybe I should. Nah, yeah, take it in the face. That's what I
Yeah,
saw.
yeah.
Maybe I do some controversy to get people to respond to us and send us, some emails, and they can email
Even
me and
hate email is good. We just want to hear
they
from you.
You don't know what you're talking about psychology and art therapy and the meanings of shapes and forms of the human body and how humans really communicate non-verbally. Get out of here, Don. You don't know what you're talking about. It's all a myth. Shut it up, boy.
Yeah,
Yeah, give me something like that. Because I'm going to
yeah,
tell you, you
yeah.
don't know what you're talking about. Nah, boo-boo, back on you. You know what I mean?
Nana boo boo.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
I'm going
it's
to put
not
nana
easy.
boo-boo.
It's not easy work, though.
Yes,
I
it
mean,
is. You
how
get
is it
beside
easy?
yourself.
I
You have to
guess.
not take it seriously.
But I feel like you have the gift, Don.
Why are you saying that? We just said that everybody has the gift. It's just who's going to sit there to really dance with it. See, as humans, that's the problem. We've probably gotten to a point where the columns and rows are about to blow up and put everything back to one.
Mhm.
Because when you column and row it, then that's when you see it like how you just said.
Yeah.
What's the difference between my hand and your hand? Timing.
Yes.
That's it.
Skill.
Timing. You're saying all those other things. It's basically just timing. How many times a day does your hand want to connect with your mind in this way? And
That,
how many times have I done it a day?
yeah, I know you, I mean, you live this.
Then why are you comparing yourself to me then?
Uh, the
Why?
matrix,
Why
I've
would
been
you do that?
programmed. Because that is a hard thing to break, and I am working on that because I've been living a life of comparing
You're
what
not
I
the only.
produce to others. And I know there are other people out there that are coming from that same space. And that's why I'm saying I'm laying it out, y'all. And I'd love to hear what you think about this. But so as I'm looking at how you're able to use the artist in you, your gift, and to be able to connect with others in areas that open them up.
No, I just found myself to be able to find my human side, to be able to understand that all humans are the same, and just
Mhm,
use the hundredth monkey idea as
mhm,
far as showing and delivering and displaying and relaying is
mhm,
concerned.
mhm,
Because once you see my hand do it, your hand's going to move. If
mhm,
you have a kid around you right now, everybody, and the kid is from conception to 1 year old right now,
mhm,
start talking in front of the child, right in front of the child,
mhm,
and start taking note to where the child's eyes are going on your face.
mhm,
You may be shocked at what's about to happen
mhm,
because they'll start doing that hundredth monkey thing by looking at your lips and trying
mhm,
to form their mouth to move. And
mhm,
then all of a sudden they'll let out a certain shrill that they think is coming close to what you're doing
mhm,
because controlling those compartments of the human form is new to them.
mhm,
So they're figuring it out by doing what? Mimicry.
mhm,
Oh,
mhm,
is that not part of the learning idea for humans? To
mhm,
learn from copying, from seeing and mimicking?
mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I let people think where they're gonna think
Mhm,
because sometimes you as the person that really believes in the human being have to really step back and then let them stumble, fall, scrape their knee up, bump their head,
mhm,
almost die. And then you say,
mhm,
hey, try this. And
mhm,
all of a sudden something beautiful happens
mhm,
because they had to let go of what they thought they knew and then just take a suggestion and apply it.
mhm,
And then when you take a suggestion and apply it, you never know how you can apply it in your world.
mhm,
Now, if somebody's trying to help you, that's what they're trying to help you to do, not to become enlightened with my particular skills.
mhm,
If I'm really truly here to help you, my mission is to show you how to fish and then
mhm,
let you fish any which way you want to.
mhm,
But you can't say you wasn't shown how to fish.
mhm,
So, in other words, when we're creating and you're trying to channel your emotions or trying to use it to de escalate yourself, sometimes you have to be shown the way. Sometimes that way can be felt ridiculous and all this other stuff like that. But
mhm,
then that may be the very thing you need to get past yourself because you may have to look at the ridiculous within you.
mhm,
You may have to look into turmoil within you. You may have to subscribe a line, shape, form, life, and surface to it.
mhm,
Think about how you can handle it if it's exterior outside of you now and you gave it a face.
mhm.
Even if it's a flower.
Yeah.
And then we was to switch thoughts and then make it so much of a thing like what color would the flower be to be able to be called peace, love, friendship,
Mhm,
because all flowers and natural things have a code that human beings subscribe to it.
mhm,
Yeah. Even when I say it's ridiculous, I still want to see it
mhm,
because I still might make mention to you every time. It's ridiculous, but that's a flower.
mhm,
Yeah, that's a flower. Don't know if I can do one like that. She didn't ask me to do one like that,
mhm,
but it's a nice flower though.
mhm,
Just like this is the spitting image of gluttony and all those seven sins. Yeah. So then how are we going to get it more? You asked if it's going to have any teeth. Ooh, man, that's a scary one because, I don't know. If a person is living like this, that means they eat a lot of sugar and stuff, you know. They may not have a good brushing regimen.
Yeah.
They may have one tooth outside here and then another one over here.
Mm.
See that?
Mm. Oh yeah, I see it.
And now the butt chin on the bottom here. You see that butt chin? Yeah. Uh-oh, hold on. Let me put the line back in there. Because now I can come back with the black. I'm gonna come back with the black. Well, no, not yet. Well, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Because I didn't put no hair on them just yet, no hairline. So almost like you don't have no teeth almost. Bushy eyebrows. You see? Now when you're doing it like this is called inking, everybody. You're bringing it to life. You can make small alterations if you want to. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm liking my dude. He's really looking problematic. He's really looking like he can take on all my issues. Yeah, have all these negatives. Take it, fat guy. You proverbial big guy. You're big enough to handle all those emotions. You're tired in the face, big guy. Look at that. Tired in the face. Barely getting any. But it's all right. Teeth are falling out. Still here though. Too much sodies. That's how the young lady said it on TV.
Mm.
I forget what the name of the show is, but it's a young lady that's like 400 or 500 pounds. And they asked her, "Hey, what do you drink? You know, do you drink water?" She said, "No." And they said, "Well, what do you drink?" She said, "Sodies."
Oh God.
I know a lot of you may know that particular episode or that particular snippet that they use as a commercial. But just to hear her say "sodies," just and that little giggle that she has with it, it made my day, man. That shows you how happy a human being can be within whatever they're in.
Mm-hmm.
Even though those sodies everybody was saying is doing this, that, this, and the third to her, she said the sodies is her world. I
Mm-hmm.
drink the sodies, baby. Forget that water. Juice? Nah, sodies.
Sodies.
You see?
Oh my
But I
God.
bring that up to say to you, then even within what you're in,
Mm-hmm.
how can you still have a wonderful moment, a hysterical moment, how would you say, a caring moment for self? Because if you
Mm-hmm.
look at that young lady, when she said it, she didn't say it in a malicious way to herself. She didn't say it in a negative way to the person that was asking her the question.
Mm-hmm.
She knew what they were trying to say. She
Mm-hmm.
didn't care because that's what makes her world happy. The
Mm-hmm.
sodium. And no matter how they described it, if you look at the episode and how they said whatever they said, it didn't deter her and make her smile when she thought about her sodas.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying, Nadine?
I get what you're saying.
Do you get what I'm saying about in this drawing? Like, how much further did the drawing go? Did it go past what I have? Did you get arms on them?
No, I didn't put any arms on there, but I added some facial hair there.
Yeah. So your particular angers has, facial issues, grooming issues. Doesn't want to keep itself clean, right? Yeah, no, it lets things just go. Just let it go.
Let it go. But now this is supposed to be anger? No,
Yeah, doesn't
no.
well, think about it. If somebody's angry or angry to the point of close to being in a depression state, don't they let it go?
Yeah, they do
I've
let it.
seen
Yeah, you
them
can let it go. Yes,
go
you can.
clean and wash their underarms. They'll love the pheromones that they're in. They
Ooh,
won't brush.
hair under the underarms. Oh boy.
They won't do anything because they're fine with everything. They're saying, forget the outer world. I don't care about you. Forget you.
Forget the outer world.
Yeah, that's what the person is saying. You're thinking about that. If they went from one state where they totally cared about that because the outer appearance was everything, then all of a sudden, 1, 2, or maybe 5 years later, they don't care. Well, what made them
Mhm.
not care?
Right.
You see, what makes you think something is ridiculous? What makes you think something is childish?
Childish. Well, I don't know.
Because you're scared of failure or what you think is failure.
Yeah, I agree with that. I will agree with that.
Especially if I'm in a situation where failure is always looming. I don't
Mhm,
want to fail at that point.
mhm.
But is it really failure or are you prevailing?
Yeah. I don't know. I think sometimes when someone says it's childish, they're really seeing it as in, when you're older, you just don't do that kind of stuff. There's too much other stuff to be doing than sitting around doodling. Like I know it's not recreational or it's not, I mean, because I've been around people and I've been creating and making money creating in a video world. But a lot of people do think that.
So then I say this to you, and to those individuals that do that, that I say that to, and I help them with this a
Yeah,
lot. Who told you that your child's side was supposed to stop somewhere?
I can tell you, family.
Why did you
Family
let
will
them?
tell you, family will tell you you won't be able to make a living off of that. So you need to
But
find
you
a proper
talking
profession.
about right now. See, you're
Yeah,
trying to bring a point in that's outside of what we're saying.
right. But what
That
I'm saying is that's a program. That's a program that we've heard.
child then, and you're
Hmm.
talking about a child that's being governed by others that
Hmm.
may not understand their creative realm. That's totally different than an
Hmm.
individual that's calling an action childish because they think it's beneath, whether it
I,
be because of
yeah, I agree. It could be a moment of saying it's beneath them to do
right.
that kind of
So
stuff. Yeah.
that you're further along in time is that you've been disconnected from your childlike side that's in part of everybody's expression side.
Hmm.
The minute you kill that, you don't explore anymore.
Hmm.
Caring is not exploring.
Hmm. Hmm.
So how do you get the person to go back to exploring? By challenging that child's side, challenging them. Who said it had to be perfect?
Hmm.
Who said it has to make sense?
Hmm.
Who said? Oh, I know, because your hand is shaking, you don't want to be seen as weak.
Hmm.
But what if that adds another texture to it, another element?
Hmm.
Because your hand shakes,
Hmm.
because you may not remember the shape.
Hmm.
Let's find out why you think it's childish and beneath you.
Hmm.
Because you may find you're impeding yourself from having a moment of revelation.
Hmm.
You stopped yourself from creating. You stopped yourself from pondering because you stopped at a certain level and made it so that you were not supposed to create after a certain age. Who told you that?
Hmm. Yeah.
Who told you that? No one but yourself.
Hmm.
So who put this miraculous or this mysterious time limit on creativity?
I don't know, but it messed up a lot of people, including me.
Yeah,
I mean,
and that's
because it's evident. I
mhm.
guarantee you, um, those out there that might be thinking, "Oh, I want to draw or whatever, but I'm not really good," or they're looking at it going, I can't do that. I mean, besides, you know, that's that's what younger people do, you know? And then they just,
Go back that every day. And then when I say what I just said to you, the individuals don't see it that way. They
yeah.
see it or start crying because they never really looked at themselves in that way because you're
Mhm.
so busy at those points in your life, worrying about being a falsehood of strength, worrying
Mhm.
about caring for everyone else, and you forget you.
Yeah. That's so true.
Think this is just good. You think
Mhm,
just putting the flower in the dirt and watering it in a timely fashion is creativity now.
mhm. Yeah.
You don't think in paper, pencil, and mud, clay, these things are
Mhm,
creative for you more. Well, who said that it wasn't?
mhm,
All right, then that's when you bring up somebody like Grandma Moses. Or in China, you got a couple of individuals that are to that point. They created all the way up past their 90s.
mhm, mhm,
You got a lady on the internet, an elder lady that's on the internet that's doing larger paintings on paper.
mhm,
I forget her name, but she's on there. You can put it in
mhm.
there, and you'll see
Yeah.
this lady is well over 90,
Mhm,
doing paintings of Bengal tigers and cherry blossom trees and everything else.
mhm.
But they say that she's not supposed to participate in that. Could that be what's possibly, from what I understand, all the elders that I talked to, I got a couple of young ladies and young men that came to me that's over 102 and over 100.
Mhm.
And they say that that's what's keeping them alive, their creative side. They didn't realize. And it was
Oh,
only because persistent, like myself, persistence to get you to see that side of you. Because if I
mhm.
came in your house once again and got to changing things around, you wouldn't like it. And then I'll
That's
look at you and say, well, why don't you like it? You're not an artist.
mhm.
You agree that I'm the artist, right? So then that means that I have the right to change your house around. Because based upon what you're saying, you're not an artist because you're too old to do it.
Mhm,
And then now you would curse me out and kick me out your house respectively, showing what? That you are an artist because you
mhm.
do take your environment personally.
Yeah.
So you're going to see how art is your everyday. And that's what you have to see.
Mhm.
Yeah, even the flowers that you may pick and you take care of, you're still creatively taking care of it. If it
Right.
don't look a certain way, you're not going to do certain movements. Observation is key. Art is life and creativity is in the soul.
Yeah. What did I just do? Oh, that's weird. Didn't
Yeah,
do
what you
that.
trying to do? A green screen behind you or something?
I was trying to share the screen. Is this the lady? Let's see.
Yes, yes, that's one of them. Yes, she does it
Yeah,
outside. Well, she'll use a bucket,
yeah,
a bowl, and then she'll start splashing paint. And the next thing you know, she has the most beautiful experience on the page.
yeah. She's doing that now.
Yeah, look at her. Look at her. Look at grandma. Look at her, how beautiful she is. Look at
Wow.
her. Look at the thing. Look what she's doing. You think she's just throwing paint. Watch how she's gonna beat you up real quick. Look how she's gonna beat you up real quick. Go, grandma. I
Oh
wish she
my.
was. I swear, I wish she was. I would paint with her every day,
Yeah.
every day. Look at her.
Wow.
Yes, how free she is. Look at that. Look at
That,
that. Look
that's
at it.
crazy. That's
Free,
crazy.
how free she is. Look at her. Made you a father. Look how she threw it. Look how she's laughing. How the joy she has.
Yeah.
Us Americans, we don't get it.
Yeah.
Everybody want to think it's something else. Look at her. Look at her, Nadine.
I am.
24/7, 365. Keep creating. She's the essence of it. Look at her. Smiling on every stroke without no teeth in her mouth.
Yep.
Loving every move. Getting it in. Look at it. We don't know where that place is, but she knows where it is.
Yep.
Look at that.
That's crazy.
We don't know where that place is, but she knows. Look at her face.
Oh,
Look at how happy and oh my God. Look how relaxed she is. She ain't stressing. She ain't
yeah.
talking about her arm and her hand hurting. She ain't talking about, oh, I can't because I'm too old. Do you see
Right.
that happening there? Nope. Then she
No.
done went ahead and got the plan. Look at this. She gonna make her own green paint right in front of you. Look at that. And glued it on with the paint.
Yeah.
Mixed media right in your face.
Right.
She's using it as a mono print.
Yep.
Look at that. And you mean
Uh,
to tell me this young lady that you're dealing with think it's a childish thing? Yeah, okay.
yeah. Yeah,
Look at it.
that's
Now
wild.
she's gonna let you know she was doing the whole scene upside down the whole time. Look at that. Oh,
Oh,
I love her.
that is
Wait,
crazy.
You better clap it up. You turn it off. Clap it up while she was smiling. You should have frozen right where she was at, smiling.
Oh,
Because that's
God.
the look at how happy she was, man. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Come on, man. Come on,
she was
man.
happy, man. She
Come on.
was.
Come on,
That
man.
was happiness.
Come on, man. True joy. True
Yeah.
blissfulness.
I
She
didn't
wasn't
even,
caring about what nobody said.
yep,
Nobody stepped in the way. She was doing her thing.
yep. Here you go, here you go, here you go. Let's see if I can pop it up. Share.
Got another one where she was doing, as another young lady that was doing tigers and stuff. Look at
Yeah,
that. And she was doing it upside down.
yep.
Hello.
Uh,
Hello. You hear her cry about her arm, her back,
no.
about, oh, I can't do it. I'm too old. I'm this, I'm that. Nah, because none of
Yeah,
that really exists.
yeah, it
None of
doesn't.
it. You have to work yourself through it.
Yeah, that's true.
But it is. And the way you're able to do that is by putting a face sometimes. And I do this a
Mm-hmm.
lot in behavioral sciences. You do this with people and they put a face to their indifferences with themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Look, what does it look like? It's not you. What does that look like? What does that anger look like?
Mm-hmm.
What does that frustration look like? What does that indifference look like? You know, when you're asked to do a certain thing, what does that indifference look like and why? You know,
Yeah.
and then what are you going to lose if you just put a circle?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Take the risk. I take the risk with you,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not going to complete the task for you. I need to put your best effort there. That's what happens
Yeah.
during the pop up.
Yeah.
And
It
now
is a
the next
journey.
time you put a little bit more, and then the next time you put a little bit more, a little
Mm-hmm.
bit more. And it's my job to
Mm-hmm.
challenge it. Throw
Mm-hmm.
something at you. Snatch something from here, snatch something from there.
Mm-hmm.
Throw it at you. Did you think about that, everybody? Did you think about this?
Mm-hmm.
Not, oh, well, you know, my work is such that, you know, you guys should be adhering to what it is that I do because I'm the master artist and I'm here to display what my skills are to you guys and you should be happy about it. You hear me like that? No.
Nope. You don't roll
Why?
like that.
It'll never work.
Mm-hmm.
It'll never work because I'm not that type of arrogance. I'm really wholeheartedly out here just to show each human being that you are a creative person and your job is to express.
Mm-hmm.
And after you find what to express, you're supposed to pass it on to the next and to the next, to the next. Not worrying about if something is going to surpass you or not. Because if
Mm-hmm.
I show a 5-year-old today and I'm still blessed to be here for 20 years, technically they should be about 30 then. I mean, 25 then. So then
Mm-hmm.
they should be possibly better than me.
Mm-hmm.
And they should be. If they're not, there's a problem with what I delivered or there's a problem with the receiving.
Right.
You know, everybody, that's any elder, because Grandma Moses started at 65, 69 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then when she passed away with over 10,000 pieces of artwork done.
Mm-hmm.
You do the math. That's a lot of work in a little bit of time.
Yeah.
In the late 60s, going to, I think she died in the 90s or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about quilts, paintings, drawings, and watercolors.
Mm-hmm.
And she can have confirmed 10,000 pieces done, starting as late as she did
Mm-hmm.
and finishing as early as she did.
Mm-hmm.
No, y'all better stop playing. I show people this every day. Somebody asked me the other day, can you show somebody how to be emotional with their artwork? Yes, if they're going to be honest.
It ain't easy.
It is easy.
You
It's just
say it
like
is easy.
it is easy. It's just like turning on a light switch. The problem is how many of you going to believe it for yourself? How many of you going to stand out the way of yourself?
That's hard. I don't know. Is anybody else out there? I mean, is it hard for you? Because it's hard for me. I mean, well, when I'm helping other people, I try to step outside myself to help them, like clean the house or do the dish,
That's not
do the
stepping
dishes.
outside of yourself. That's a menial task that you're willing to do for somebody because they're not able to do it.
Right.
Are you really stepping outside of yourself?
Well,
No.
I'm
Nothing forcing you to do it, not unless you have to clean up fecal matter, urine, and vomit.
that's true. But that ain't fun either.
I understand, but what I'm saying is that you're not coming outside of yourself. You're not having to conform yourself to anything if you're doing that menial task.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Because you're doing it because the person can't do it for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you're there.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to what we're talking about,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the person that's bringing the resolution has to be on the outside of themselves
Mm-hmm.
to be able to apply what needs to be applied. Other than that, you'll even stop.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you a for instance. When I was teaching in the behavioral sciences, right, K through 12, one day I came in.
Mm-hmm.
I came in and all the kids were just having their moments. Excuse my expression, y'all, but this one kid he looked at,
Mm-hmm.
within the context of what the class was all about, he looked at me and says, excuse my language now, why the F do you care?
Mm-hmm.
My own parent doesn't care.
Mm-hmm.
I quit that day.
Mm-hmm.
Should I have quit? Probably not.
Mm-hmm.
But I quit because it was like he had a point. But was the point really the way that I took it? Or was the point saying that I want and need your help, but I don't know how to receive it?
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, I couldn't get past my emotions of wanting to do what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
Be the resolute person. Bring the
Mm-hmm.
resolution. Assist
Mm-hmm.
this individual when nobody else would. Be the ultimate uncle that would bring the counseling that's needed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was me wanting me to
Mm-hmm.
feel good.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about the person, the deliverer.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the person that's receiving.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
can't, when you do it, you can't be worried about your emotions and if it's going to work or not work. All things is happening. All things will happen.
Mm-hmm.
Eternal optimism is always key.
Mm-hmm.
Now, after the session is over, then yeah, when you're assessing, yeah, of course. I come back to the studio and I'll be like, hey, what worked? What didn't work? How come they
Mm-hmm.
couldn't see this? Yeah, but that's after. Because now I'm trying to decipher self within the resolution, trying to decipher, did I give the right directives? Did
Mm-hmm.
I relay the information in a humble or what would be perceived as a humble and real caring way?
Right.
That it didn't leave any holes for me not to even want to try.
Mm-hmm.
And then what I found is if anytime my emotions was in play, I did
Mm-hmm.
like how I did in that K through 12 situation. I stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I was able to see, oh, I got to get my emotions together to be able to be in front of people because it's not about me. It's
Yeah.
about them. And even in crisis, it's more so about the person because you got a person that's going through a physical ailment right in front of you. It's
Mm-hmm.
like anything you say can be a trigger.
Mm-hmm. No
How's your
doubt.
day? What's so damn good about it? The day is not good. I don't feel good. I've had this happen. You walk in a room.
You're right.
Good morning. What's so good about it? I'm not mourning. Ain't nobody died.
Right.
You understand? And
Yeah.
then when they hit you with it, it can be a shocker. And you'd be like, oh my God, why would you
Yep.
say that to me? And then your emotions kick in. Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, didn't mean to upset the person. No, you're there. You're going to upset the person.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when a doctor said it to me, hey, Don, if you're not going to be willing to be the person that be the bad guy in the room, don't stay in front of people.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have no control of it. People are going to call you bad even when you're trying to be good. And then when you're trying to be bad, they're going to call you good and probably other things.
Mm-hmm.
So your intent got to be in place, which means your emotions got to be in place. Because if they're not, then you're going to do what we call failing, because you're not going to be able to see the opportunity that the individual is, just like you gave me tonight for doing
Yeah.
this, or what we perceived as a fat guy.
Mm-hmm.
You see, it works. It works in every modality, every age group, because everybody needs to let off steam.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody needs to look at what causes them mental anguish,
Mm-hmm.
and also physical anguish.
Mm-hmm.
So and then persistence always kills. Persistence and a smile always kills.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know for me, after every session I have with a person, especially if they're in a crisis situation, if I can get you to write your name and the date down, then we've done something. If I get you to put a half a circle down or a line that you was about to call a circle,
Mm-hmm.
then all right, we did it. We got it. Next week we try something else, or we'll add on to what we just did. So I deal with people that's wheelchair ridden. I deal with people that's bedridden. I deal with people that's autistic, severely autistic. I deal with people that has dementia, Alzheimer, schizophrenia, things like this. And that's why I say more so than what we would call a regular situation environment. You can, and you will, and you must.
Mm-hmm.
If you are creative, then you must create.
Yeah.
It's a universal principle. It's not just me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just me. There's a lot of people don't believe that creativity is in their everyday existence. They don't believe it. They don't believe that the building is creative per se. They just look at it as a building and I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
That's no. Then after that, you start to see that there's a lot of other inconsistencies on how they may perceive the world. So just with one notion, that helps to relieve one idea or helps to add on to a notion that they may have had or the individual may have had, then that's an accomplishment. If somebody said to me, yeah, wow, that's a flower, I'm going to look at them and say, well, give me half of one or a petal like that, or I do one petal, you do one petal. So we both can look like this. Yeah, and then just wait for it. You don't have to keep saying something. You just wait for it. Instead of filling it all the way in, let me just put a pink line there. Because when a person is at their wit's end, anything they do is good. Anything that touches the surface. And a lot of beautiful things can happen once that happens. But the only way it happens is somebody has to get past the emotional state. It's not going to be the consumer or the participant. It's going to be the deliverer. And that's what this fat guy is all about here.
The deliverer.
The deliverer of letting you know, if you let all your stuff win, this is how you can look.
Just like that guy.
Yeah. If you let all of your negatives win or do what we call winning, this could be you in the mirror with your tidy whities on.
Yeah, the tiny whities.
Your waist is wider than your shoulders. That's definitely a sign of, hormonal imbalances and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Negatives, there are true negatives. And then
Mm-hmm.
if you keep on subscribing to the gluttony and the other negatives that's there, then you too will share that look. And you would have body more, what they call it, they call it body morphing. When you
Uh,
stop having activities and stuff, and then your arm, that's when your butt starts looking flat or looking like it's triangular, because
mm-hmm.
your body starts to morph to these type of shapes because of inactivity,
Mm-hmm.
non appreciation of your childlike side.
Mm-hmm.
Because you go for possibly the biblical and say, when you're an adult, you do as an adult do, and when you as a child, you do as a child do. Well, that's the book saying that,
Mm-hmm.
because if you look past that, you really do research, you can see that every other uh, 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 culture states that you should stay with your childlike mind. It's not something that you should dispel.
Mm-hmm.
Your childlike mind, that innocence or that naivety is what a lot of times helps you to find or get through things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if it's not, then why is there books written about it? Why do psychologists say that that's a major factor with
Yeah.
human being,
Mm-hmm.
how to protect and cure and have longevity within your childlike mind?
Mm-hmm.
The Chinese believe in it, and all their philosophies too as well.
Mm-hmm.
They believe in a component of keeping your childlike mind, your childlike persona,
Mm-hmm.
because that too will get you through tumultuous situations.
Yeah.
Because if your childlike mind is there, that means laughter is there.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't laugh, then that means your child mind is in trouble. Now you should do things to groom or to bring back out that child mind.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe buying a flower or a bulb and then planting it and then
Mm-hmm.
growing process.
Mm-hmm.
Just a loose. Because it works with somebody that has dementia
Yeah.
or things of Alzheimer's, because it's a diagram now. It's not just a piece of artwork, it's a diagram.
Mm-hmm.
How to take care of this plant symbolically.
Mm-hmm.
You want to leave that information behind for the younger ones to understand?
No doubt.
You
Yeah.
say no doubt, but if you use that modality.
I mean, I haven't used that modality, you know. Sorry.
No doubt.
No doubt.
Because how it works is that, okay, you get the person to submit to one idea or theory of creation and
Mm-hmm.
creativity, which is the physical of actually putting something in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
But then now you cross it by asking the person questions. Is there a particular way that you like putting it in the ground? And would your people need to know about that?
Mm-hmm.
Almost like having a diagram or chart, like how you would do a will,
Mm-hmm.
or how you would take care of plants the best,
Mm-hmm.
because you may know the best way. So rather than just saying it, I know we can do, recording of your voice, but
You
it'd
could
be
do a
more
diagram.
personal if I saw your hand, if I saw what your hand left behind. You don't have to write down what it is, just let it be the symbols of how you put it
Mm-hmm.
together. And I'll know, oh, put this much dirt, put 2 handfuls of dirt because you did 2 handfuls of dirt there.
Mm-hmm.
Or you did a spoon and say 2 scoops of dirt.
Mm-hmm.
You did a jug to say how much water would go in a jug, whether you did a hand there or not.
Mm-hmm.
You just drew the jug and said how much water has to go per
Mm-hmm.
time, per month, per week.
Mm-hmm.
So these are some of the things I got people to react to and leave an interpretation behind on paper. which is what we call drawing, to get them past mundane ideas so they can see the beauty of when you do a line drawing, like a caveman, like a Sumerian or an Egyptian or Arcadian. These simple lines can be a beautiful thing. The I Ching, Mandarin, Cantonese, Japanese watercolor, Chinese watercolor,
Yeah.
Chinese stamps and symbols.
Caricatures, what do you call it? The calligraphy.
That's what I just,
Yeah.
all those line forms, angle
Yeah.
forms, that's there. So is it childish?
Oh
For,
no, they don't see that as childish. You know, I watch, I was in I was in China and it was in this big courtyard and there was a guy with a huge brush and like a painting brush, right? Like for ink, right? And he had a bucket and it was water. And the flooring in the courtyard was like stone, but like granite or something like that. And so he would take the brush, wet it with water, and he was writing Chinese characters, writing some story or whatever, only for it to disappear when it dries up. And people were standing around looking like it's a big thing about that. But drawing, that's a whole nother thing.
and that's where you make your mistake, unfortunately, because you can't see the oneness. You say you know the oneness, but
I
you don't see.
the concept and psychologically the oneness is there. Okay. But when I'm wondering, is anybody else out there feel like I do? Like maybe that's just what.
Understand the oneness. You're trying to talk through it without
Mhm.
actually knowing it and feeling it, and knowing that what that oneness is.
Right,
You can't play with it.
right.
That's the problem.
Mhm.
That's the problem. How is creativity oneness in the human psyche?
When you get lost in it.
Strip down the whole day, you will see it. If you don't strip down your day or you start looking at it like it's mundane in this part of my day,
Mhm.
and it's not really needed in this part of my day, and then that's where the challenge comes in.
Mhm.
Because you as human is based upon creativity.
Mhm.
Why do you think they have a term little white lies?
Mhm.
You know, you use this every day.
Mhm.
And then you want to be selective when it's in certain situations, not particularly just you, just every human being.
Right.
Am I outside of it? No, I'm not outside of it. Sometimes I have to catch myself.
Mhm.
Yes, but that's the journey of the human being
Mhm.
on getting to know thyself, right?
Mhm.
To be able to alleviate or assist the next person that has the same, affliction.
Mhm.
But it's not something that you just gonna read somewhere and it's just, oh, that's the answer. No,
Mhm.
you got to have yourself together to be able to assist someone to even see that light for themselves.
Mhm.
And if you can't do that by being on the outside of your emotions, then that's where you need to start. You got to get your emotions together first to be able to assist anybody.
Mhm.
You got to understand certain things about, line, shape, form, light, and surface and not be deterred because you
Mhm.
absolutely know in your hearts of hearts that this is where it's at for a human being to redeem oneself, to pull
Yeah.
somebody out of misery. They
Yeah.
don't have to be paintings that have to go in museums,
Mhm.
but to do a drawing to help you be able to go into your job the next day.
Mhm.
That's not just as good.
Yeah.
You're going through something physically, and like Frida Kahlo,
Yeah.
express it causing you so much mental anguish and stress that you just can't get it out of your mind, but then finally you do a painting of it and you're able to move past that point. See the beauty of the next day. That to see why that term, when my eyes open, it's on. Why that term?
Oh yeah, I got the t-shirt on today, y'all. My eyes are open. It's on.
Everybody, you did what we call going to sleep tonight. It's 8 o'clock. Going to sleep. And you did not come back to this specific time and space reference, which we would call what? Death or transition?
Yeah.
You don't know what you're going to think. You didn't come back here to let me know.
Yeah.
So then that every time your eyes open, it's a celebration day.
Yeah.
When my eyes open, it's on.
It's another day. Let's go. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. Yeah.
That's what you have to understand about this oneness. It's absolute. You know, to the point where it's, you know, kind of in jeopardy in society today because people don't understand the beauty of it.
Yeah.
The real beauty of the sunlight, the real beauty of the passage of the sun. Whether it's arching to you or traveling on a certain degree, whether you're looking at it as expansive, circular, or spherical, hey, it's up to you. Still appreciate what that sun is doing and providing for you. Because now your interpreting of that sun may help others understand it, which brings them relief. And when people say no about that, then why do we have museums and art societies that dedicate themselves to landscaping?
Yeah, that's true. That's so
And
true.
cityscape and landscape photography. Why then?
Yeah.
Nobody want to look at the passage of the sun to be able to get relief.
Yep, you're right.
Somebody look at a random field to say, oh man, nature. Rolling hills, pastures, and dare. I mean, come on now. You know, you wouldn't have museums if that for that case. That's why I tell people you gotta watch what you say and how you perceive, because you may put your foot totally all the way down to your neck.
For sure.
So, you know, if you didn't finish your fat guy, you know what I mean? Don't worry about it. Just say to yourself, what does all your discomforts look like, and make it into a perceivable identity of a metaphor of a person if they were all your negatives.
Wow.
And do it in a caricature way if you want to have more fun. Also, caricatures are easier to do for symbology with people that don't have what they think is abilities. So their drawings are more childlike. People are saying because since it looks that way now, I don't want to deal with that because it's not real creativity. That's
or it's not real art. If we're gonna have that conversation, what is art?
Say, well, what is expression?
What is expression? Yeah.
You say, what is art? I say, what is expression? Because isn't art expression?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so then, okay, so then you're saying it has to have a value? What, it has to go into a museum or a gallery or some type of stately or governmental installation to be worthwhile? That's what you're saying?
I think some people do.
But this is what I'm trying to get you to look at as a possible idea on why people think the way they think about creativity.
Yeah.
Which leads you right back to the what? The oneness. I'm telling you, whoever listens to this, and if you're in art therapy or you're a therapeutic specialist of some sorts, and you run groups or you run individual, how would you say, situations over IEPs and all this good stuff like that, or you're a substitute teacher and you don't necessarily want to deal directly with whatever the teacher left behind. These are things that I have done and utilized the arts in to be able to garner the attention of a crowd or individual, whether it's clinical or public. Doesn't matter, because you ultimately understand that you're dealing with other humans.
Yeah.
So what has to be done to garner a human being's attention, which is ultimately at the bottom line of every action or interaction between
Mhm.
you. What is required to get this human being, whether it wants to or not, to participate? You got to understand reasoning. They say potato, I'll say potato. They say
Yeah.
potato, I'll say, oh, potato. Oh, they say no, I say, oh, well, red rose.
Mhm.
Oh, you mean yams.
Mm.
Oh, you mean sweet potato. You see where I'm getting at?
I see where you're getting at.
The response is that that's the window.
Mhm. Yeah.
Or the other angle is well, no, sometimes you lose people on that too because they'll say, I quit because I feel like quitting. And if I don't feel like doing something, I won't do it. So
Yeah.
that's a fast window for somebody to jump out of when you say, don't quit on me, I don't quit on you.
Mhm.
That's a timing situation.
Mhm.
Because I would use that when the person has already put something on the page and they're still on the fence, like they want to jump back across the fence.
Mhm.
Then it's not doing something like that to keep them looking at what they're doing.
Mhm.
Because the main thing is they're not expecting to have this experience.
Right.
So I use that as a factor.
Mhm.
How do you feel? I feel kind of okay. I still don't like doing this fat person, but I understand what you're saying.
Mhm.
All right, let's keep going then.
Mhm.
You know, but how did it make you feel? Other than stopping, what else can we do to make you feel different about the situation?
True.
See how I said it? Other
Yeah.
than stopping, what else could you do? Okay, you don't draw the flowers, can you write the flower name down? And what color?
Mhm.
You know, down here's a marker. What color is it?
Mhm.
All right, you have a bunch of fundamentally crazy looking marks all over the page. You go, wow, look at those attempts at trying to get a flower on the page.
Mhm.
Can't wait to see what happens to a whole flower on your own.
Right.
And when you're looking at the pictures on my Facebook and my Instagram, the only reason why I'm showing the pictures is because the person was able to do whatever you're seeing on their own without me
Mhm.
being on the surface.
Mhm. That's cool.
That's the mission.
Mhm.
Persistence is the key.
Mhm.
Persistence is in the universe.
Yeah.
The sun wouldn't be doing what it's doing if it wasn't persistent, right?
Yeah, and I'm glad it's persistent because
Regardless of
otherwise we'd be in Alaska. And some
worse
of the
than
other,
Alaska,
huh?
worse than Alaska. But
Worse
then
than Alaska, waiting for it to come up and not seeing it for days. Ooh.
things grow, at least you have certain things that will happen in that
Right.
environment because of the way it is.
Yeah.
But if it gets the way that we're talking about, no sun, no, man,
Mhm.
it's a whole nother environment in itself.
Mhm.
How are things going to grow off moonlight now?
Mhm.
Do things grow off of moonlight? Yeah. Do things grow off of ambient light? Yeah. Are they
Mhm.
edible though?
That's the question. Could be poison.
Other than fungus, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it
Yeah.
doesn't have, certain things and nutrients for it to even get to a state where we can benefit from the nutrients of absorbing that.
Mhm.
So I hope you're seeing what I'm saying on that level is always looking for an opportunity to get someone to have a creative moment.
Mhm.
There's always a way. There's
Mhm.
always a way. There's always a way. There's never no way. There's always a way.
Mhm.
When people say there's no way, then I say to people, then okay, upon death, why did the Egyptians and other cultures have a certain procedure on how you was put away? If we go by what you're saying, we shouldn't even worry about putting you in the ground or nothing. We should just walk away and then let you lay wherever you at. It's a done deal. You stop there. But why do we have such a creative element of, how would you say, showing when somebody has transitioned from this realm to that next realm that we know nothing too much about, but we have ceremonies across the board that are all creative, all the way to the ones in some of the pygmy and some of the other third world type of idea tribes where they actually preserve the body and let the body stay in nature. So you have to look at the decomposing of that body.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff going on with it.
Yeah, but in our, westernized civilization, that would seem like it's wrong. But if you go back in time and you look back in black and white photographs and the prairie train idea and all that good stuff, late 1800s, early 1900s, yeah, people used to take pictures with that, sit them up. You would see that something is odd with their eyes. Yeah, something's odd with their eyes. They're dead. And they've been propped up to take their last pictures. But isn't that like that other tribe that I just talked about?
Yeah.
They prop their individuals up, especially their kings, and put them all in a row. So they have the remains of each one of their kings in succession all the way back almost to the beginning of the tribe. So if creativity and creative and expressive forces are not important, why is all of this being done?
Yeah. Having a clue.
How did you get religion?
How did you get religion? Yeah. That's a whole nother story.
Not really. Just looking at the basis of creativity. Because if you're looking at the cross and you're looking at other things as symbols, and isn't that what we call expression? And isn't that what we finally call art? Symbolism, art? Yeah. So then how did that symbol come about? Who sat down and said that that had to be that symbol?
That's true. I haven't. Oh, and there's a lot of that too.
When you start looking into art, you start to understand it a little bit more. And you start to understand the alchemy in the idea. And you also start to understand finally the oneness in creativity. You know, wouldn't have those symbols on the can to say that something's going to explode so you don't put it in the improper place in your house and kill yourself.
True.
Imagine if somebody took oil and stored it in their oven rather than in a cabinet.
Not good. Not good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Bad things have bad things could happen.
Think about if the art wasn't there to give you the symbolism to let you know that that's not what you're supposed to do to combustible things. Put them in combustible environments. So if you don't have the explosion symbolism with the triangle, right? And orange.
Yeah. Or the cross and bones. Poison.
You poison ingestion. That's a different one. See what
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying? The explosion will have the triangle with the skull in it,
yeah.
with the triangle broken up into fragments for explosion.
Yeah.
Angular, like the angular thing we were talking about earlier. That denotes to the idea of something imploding or exploding. So if the lines are going inward and you have a negative, positive idea, then the negative would be the imploding. The positive aspect of it going outward, exploding. Which leads you into the idea of the principles of the realm that you're living in.
Yeah.
And that's what people miss out on because they think that the things that are around them is separate from the wonders of your hand and eye movement. And it's not. That's how all the chair and everything got here. Paper money, all of that good stuff, metal weights and all of this.
Yeah.
The only way it got here is because somebody had some type of epiphany or symbolic moment and said, I want to, make this moment into the moment of me. And now you
Mhm.
have the Caesar coin,
Mhm.
you have the Montmusa coin, you have the Hannibal coin. Why? Because,
Animal.
yeah, I'm so prolific, you know what I mean, that my face for this culture appears on the coin.
Mhm.
Same to people like this or real individuals in China, you know what
Mhm.
I mean, that function around certain philosophies and things. You look on their money, on their
Oh,
coin,
oh yeah.
you know what I mean? See that prolific individual
Mhm.
or that prolific monarch that was
Mhm.
at that, and that prince or that king face had to be on that money or on that coin, minted
Yeah.
forever.
Yep.
It's much more than what we think about with just money, everybody.
Yeah. Same in the UK. The Queen.
It's all over the planet, though. We got our
Yeah.
presidents, right? The so-called presidents of the 13 colonies, and the
Mhm.
major ones of them is all our coins and dollar bills, right?
Mhm.
Our means of economics, or our mean of bartering and trading. Their
What's,
faces and their houses is all on it.
yep. What's going to
So
happen when
that's
we go digital?
the thing. It's already out there. I don't know why people playing with that too as well. It's already out.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like playing naive with it because it's really already out there. All you got to do is put down what is the American Bitcoin. You're gonna say
Mhm.
Americoin and a couple of other.
Yeah.
As soon as
USD. Yeah.
yeah,
USDC or something like that. Yeah.
yeah, USDC because it's not going to be the US dollar no more at that
Right.
point.
Right. Right. Right.
So it'll be a USB. You know what I mean? US bit, USBIT.
Mhm.
And if you look, you'll see all these different things are happening now. All of that went green as soon as Trump won.
Isn't that something? It's just like he wasn't talking crypto before, but now.
It is that people wasn't paying attention. The
Mhm.
people that have things in that were paying attention. The
Yes, they
people
were.
that didn't have that no savings there, they're saying, "Ha, whatever, that's fake money. That's this, that."
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they're worrying about the dollar idea. Well, if you look around, everybody across the world is messing with the dollar idea
Hmm.
for some reason.
Hmm.
And the only reason is because of the micromanagement idea. I can
Hmm.
manage everybody more if everybody's on digital because I have to see on that blockchain every movement that you're doing.
Yep. Yep. Somebody's making more money. Somebody's
Right.
transferring money here.
Should they be making more money? Do they have clearance to have the permission to make more money? That's
Hmm.
what it's going to come to.
Yep.
Social merit, social demerits.
Hmm.
Oh no, that person doesn't have enough social credits and demerits to be able to move the way that they're moving. Cut it all off.
Cut it all off.
Make them come in and speak to us, or stop it, put in the signature, and then when they answer this video call, that's when things can be unloosened.
Hmm. Or
Because
stop you
why
from
else?
getting certain things from the market.
Well, yeah, think about it. Why would your vote need to be public right now?
Yeah. What's up with that?
Social demerits coming.
Hmm.
Because say for instance, you go and you want to go get a loan. That's anybody USA. Say, oh, by the way, did you vote? And
Hmm.
you just so happen to say, well, yes, I did, but you didn't
Hmm.
because you don't want nobody to know that you did.
Hmm.
Now they go in the system and they go within, like how they saying it's going to be public. Everybody's
Hmm.
going to have the right to see it, and they're going to punch your name in, put your social security number in if they have access to that, your address, and it's going to come up
Hmm.
non-voter.
Hmm.
Yeah, think about it. We have a problem now. This person just outward lied to me, or did they protect their information?
Hmm.
You see where I'm going?
I see where you're going. Doesn't look pretty.
Scary and ugly
Hmm.
because we kind of sort of there already when you talk about credit scores.
Yeah.
There's certain things you have to do, certain ways you have to dress when you go in, because that all counts against you when you're trying to do something financial.
Hmm.
Some people are shocked by that. I'm not, because they're looking at everything all the way down to the way that you keep your hands clean.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm lucky enough because you're an artist, so you get to have friends. Why? Because everybody wants to be an artist.
Mm-hmm.
So you bump into these people that have these high-end positions and they tell you certain things.
Mm-hmm.
One lady told me, I remember, she said, Don, it's gonna be a hard time for you to get along. Why? You always keep your hands dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Your hands is always nasty.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're not thinking that something's wrong with you, but they're saying that you have poor management skills because your hands are dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Your nails are not managed.
Mm-hmm.
Your grooming is disheveled a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You may be having an off day. You may have fought somebody. You may have fell before you got up the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
But because that judgment may or may not be there for you, that could be the deciding factor of yay or nay for your situation, whatever it could be in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not to swing too far to the left, but that's what it is. And then even more so, that's why you need your creative force, your childlike mind, to help you, to assist you to get through.
Mm-hmm.
Not to dismiss it and to put it away and kill it,
Mm-hmm.
but to match it with what you're learning or what you're experiencing at the point where you're at now, and still have that childlike mind to be able to investigate without holding yourself back.
Mm-hmm.
Childlike mind helps you to explore things without holding yourself back. Think about it. When the internet came, everybody that was younger than me, they had no problem going on the internet, putting all the information.
Mm-hmm.
We, 55 and over, 45 and over, we were all taught what? You don't do that.
Yeah.
You have to go someplace and shake somebody's hand. You need to see someone that you're doing this transaction with.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. Whose hand you shaking now if you get something on Venmo, PayPal?
Right.
And then when you get, shysted,
Mm-hmm.
who do you answer to then? You
Mm-hmm.
still not see nobody, because then when you call PayPal or Venmo or one of these managerials or the HR departments or the crisis management departments, you still don't have nobody that you may be able to shake hands with, because you may be talking to who? AI, a digital voice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, hmm,
It's the
it
state
goes
of
on
where
and on.
we are.
It goes on and on, but nonetheless, if you have your creative and childlike mind in place and able to utilize it along with what it is that you experienced, you'll be able to come out a way more healthier in the situation
Mm-hmm.
than most others that just deal with their emotions. Because sometimes you get to a point, your emotions can kill you.
Yeah, that's
You hear about
true.
aneurysms, a vein
That
blowing
is
up in
so,
the
that
Yeah.
is true.
Mhm.
That is definitely true.
Because you're not expressing, you're holding on to things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, expressing is just like going to the bathroom, you're releasing.
Yeah, but it's kind of tough when you're constipated,
Yeah, well, that's why you need a creative colonic. See why I say that?
right? And I'm just saying, because Nadine isn't perfect. I'm learning every day, okay? And
Every
it's every moment is an opportunity to learn something. I get it. But sometimes creatively, I'm constipated. Sorry, y'all. Anybody else out there constipated with their creativity or tapping into their childlike mind?
That's when you need creative colonic and find that resolution that's going to unplug your creativity, so you can go back to your how would you say, your childlike mind for moments when you need to de-escalate, to be free, to let things go, and then be able to come back and be in your present adult mind
Mhm.
after you've had that experience, to be able to handle the results of that experience, to
Right.
apply the best parts of it.
Mhm.
And that's how you do it. You can read up on it with the Egyptians, the Comedics, the
Mhm.
Asians' philosophies, the Indonesian, Indian philosophies. They're all of them biblical, Islamic. You know, all of the philosophies, religious and spiritual philosophies,
It's
all stated.
approach from a childlike mind. Yeah.
I'm not saying the new, you just don't like you may not like the way it's being given to you, but that's okay. That's your right as a human being once you understand this stuff.
Right. But
It'll
it's,
be
it's taking
that
the tools and then actually
applying.
applying it. It not
Right.
like really like getting lost in it, applying it.
I'm not saying getting lost in it applying it. I'm saying
No.
applying it to the point where you're not lost, you're not indifferent, you understanding the placement of what your creative and expressive modalities are as a
Mm-hmm.
human.
Mm-hmm.
You're not deterred from it, whether it be subjective or objective. As soon as I say that to everybody, you should understand it is two modes of creativity.
Mm-hmm.
Your subjective, your heart, your objective, your outward and inward observations.
Mm-hmm.
Someone you would say, well, aren't your inward observations subjective? Not necessarily. You could be recalling an experience or space, place, or time reference. Like the time I may have been in a park, I recall that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that subjective? Well, if I put a dragon in the middle of the scene, yeah, it's subjective then.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But if I'm absolutely triggering it from my memory, my day in the park,
Mm-hmm.
then is it really subjective or is it subjective objective?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is it in the middle? I
Mm-hmm.
believe it's in the middle
Mm-hmm.
because you're trying to use recall instead of using the actual space that you was in or a picture or something or periodical of that place. I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about you walk through a place, you see it, you absorb it from your hearing, maybe taste, maybe your sight, well, definitely your sight. You
Mm-hmm.
see what I'm saying? Maybe from touching trees and plants, you get some type of recall. And I'm saying now you go back to a space, an enclosed space, and try to evoke that experience
Mm-hmm.
without no reference
Mm-hmm.
and watch what happens. Watch
Mm-hmm.
what happens. So when watch how much beauty or haphazard beauty comes out that you didn't know was even there.
Mm-hmm.
These are all things that show me and tell me that this is all absolutely what human beings need. And like how I say, um, from observation, uh, if you're a human and you can say that you were created, then you must be a creator, then you must express and create.
Mm-hmm.
If not, that's where your problems start.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Did y'all get that? Because I'm trying to let that sink in, everybody. Uh-oh. Sorry about that, everyone. My camera did a wacky doodle.
Mm-hmm.
It lost its mind. It's still shaking. Oh, technology. So, I mean, Don, I think that's a great way to come to a close with our session today. Um, I really hope to hear from folks who are watching this video. I mean, I want to know, am I alone in this? Because sometimes I get in the way, which is not a good thing. And I'm a work in progress for sure, for sure. And I,
Not a
I
work in progress. I would be I would be arrogant if I said I'm not a work in progress and I got it all together. I would be lying to you there. I'll be being deceptive. No, I have to work on it every day too. Even though I
mhm,
got a good grasp on what I am and what it is that I'm doing, it didn't come by just, oh, Don knew what he wanted to do. No, I had to go through the same trial and error like everybody has to do in their journey to come
mhm,
to a resolution and an idea in their particular form. Hey, this is no, this is it.
mhm,
And then you have to see it. And from what
mhm,
I've observed throughout society now, to just finish it, doesn't matter where you're at in the timeline, you will see that.
mhm, mhm.
You will see, hopefully sooner than later.
I hope so. I really hope so. But, and it's not a but. I just want to say there was a lot of wonderful things that we actually talked about. I like the fact that to that it's important to reconnect to your childlike mind. There you'll find the oneness of it all. I think that's
Yeah,
so I think it's so
it's,
beautiful.
it is. That's the bliss that everybody's chasing.
Yeah, yeah.
That bliss state, that state of, being amongst the lights and tingling and all that, what
Mhm.
every culture and society and book and spiritual practice talks about that you're trying to ascend to.
Well, I don't bliss. I think I was a kid when I ultimately felt that bliss of being lost
That's,
in the
that's,
creative
the
process.
that's why you have to keep the childlike mind, because the childlike mind looks at things new in a blissful way.
Mhm,
Like, oh my God, wow.
mhm.
Now look at how you encounter. Oh, yeah, great. Yeah, all right. Yeah.
It's okay. I like that one. That picture's, oh, that scene is nice. Or wow.
Except that, how you giving it like that? But nowadays, if somebody gets inserted, oh yeah, well, yeah, all right.
No, okay.
You can
I'm
assume
sorry.
it is.
Hmm.
No excitement about it. No
Yeah.
feeling of something being new and fresh.
Hmm.
When you're a little kid, things are fresh and new to you all the
Hmm.
time.
Hmm.
The new says that has to stop.
Yeah.
And I'll stop again because we can keep on going for
We
hours.
could. We definitely could. Um, there was something I wrote down because I think it's important. And and that is, we've been talking a lot about connecting with the childlike mind and really getting lost in the creative process and everything. But those who are watching at home or wherever they are, they might know someone, right, that might benefit from going through this process on a more personal level. And I wanted to let everyone know that Don here is available for private sessions on a number of different levels or with different age groups and things like that. In the description and also in the chat, there is a link to his G.Page and you can reach out to him. So it's G.Page / DonStephensArt. Um, reach out to him and see how he can work with whomever you want him to work with.
With the connectivity idea. Once again, the G page is not the only space, but it's the space where everything shows up. If everybody goes to Instagram or Facebook, which is the easiest way, just put in D Steve's Pro and you'll see what comes up and instant message me or voicemail me
Yeah.
or whatever the case may be. You'll also see the phone numbers there too as well.
Yes.
Text me as well.
Mm,
All right, because
mm,
a lot of you are not understanding going and looking through the page and the information and then
yeah,
finding that
sure.
information. You'll try to tell me that it's not there. We know it's
Mhm.
there. You're not looking. It's
Right.
okay.
Mhm.
Look for the Facebook and the Instagram, put in D Steve's Pro, and then you'll be all right. Or put in Don Stevens Art, and something's going to come up. Or put in
Yes.
Google Don Stevens. Something is going to come up if you really want those sessions. So if you really want that experience, you really want that assistance, possibly art coaching, you probably
Mhm.
want that assistance in, how would you say, renewing or rejuvenating
Yeah.
your abilities.
Mhm.
Somebody that's over 50, somebody younger, you may want the art coaching to be able to take yourself to community college or things like this, or get a job with you. However you want it. If you have the ambitions to want to do your creative thing and you want a holistic view, check out Don and I'll be there for you. Until then,
Absolutely.
keep creating it.
That's what it's all about. Keep creating, everybody. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you in advance for the comments you're going to leave in the comment section below. Have a wonderful week. Get out there and be observant and create. Any moment you get out there and create. Peace, love, and happiness, and all that kind of craziness. And we'll see you again real soon. Keep creating, everybody.
That's it.